In so many cultures, heroes are the men and women with big swords, or running out in front of the crowd, or taking deep stands against injustice. But in Judaism, our cultural heroes are teachers. They're the ones that sit with the pupil and study with them. Let the child or the adult struggle with the material in front of them and help guide them through.
I'm really proud of all that our school has done, and I'm especially proud of our teachers for helping each student through this pandemic in a most personal and profound fashion.
A good teacher is someone who brings passion, dedication, and love of learning and teaching to the classroom. It is a teacher who is able to go above and beyond to engage students in learning. Our ECLC teachers all have exhibited these characteristics over this past year.
The challenges of the year have been many. The thing we had to balance here is our ability to keep our community safe and healthy, while at the same time maintaining all those things that make us who we are: heart, love, creativity, and warmth.
We heard from parents a few weeks into doing this that we were bringing normalcy, comfort, and joy into their lives.
This past year has been really challenging for the teachers, the families, the kids, but we have this amazing group of teachers who have been dedicated through and through.
There's a quote from the Talmud which says, if you save one life, it's as if you saved an entire world. I truly believe that our teachers have saved countless lives this past year.
Whatever the structure of the learning environment may be, the heroic quality that our educators embody, which is worthy of celebration, is that there is something so incredibly valuable to impart, that these teachers have the ability to change these children's lives.
Teachers have been extremely creative this year, given all the challenges that we've faced with COVID.
We moved our school from being an in-person institution to an online program within about 48 hours.
No one had ever done this before. We were all at square zero. It was this remarkable moment, and then it happened. And the most amazing thing, the thing that I'm so appreciative and so filled with wonder about, is that the teachers of this community picked it up and said, okay, we'll do it.
That's what kept people engaged, and that's what kept kids learning and being educated, and you can see today the success of that.
We took an unprecedented situation and really made it our own, and I think very successfully.
I felt such a constant communication with the teachers to be able to figure out, okay, what should we focus on? If Lila can't sit in her class, or sit at her computer all day and stare at the screen, help me figure out what we can do. They would set one-on-one times with her, and it was really unbelievable.
The faculty has been incredibly resilient, as have the students. They've been creative, they've been dedicated, and they've put in so much time to give their best self to their children, to the classes that they're teaching.
Once we hit COVID, we realized that our first priority had to be to get these kids back on campus, to ensure that our education was top-notch, and to make sure that we tried to make this as smooth of a transition as possible for our families and our students.
A psychologist told me early on in the pandemic was that for many families in our community, school was going to be the only stabilizing force in their entire family's unit. And so it was essential that school was complete, school was stable, and school was a safe place for every student, as well as every staff member.
We are back in session full-time, all grades, all day, as of March 8th.
My daughter came home from school back at her first day of in-person learning after many, many months, and she told me it was the best day of her life because she got to be back at school and spend time with her friends and her teachers.
So with the teachers returning, the overriding sense that I'm hearing is joy. The joy of being with the children. In my role, hearing kids outside, hearing laughter, hearing normal interactions with children is what we missed.
The fact that we have maintained and stayed open and demonstrated we were able to do it and keep everyone safe, I think that says a lot, and I think that's helped change the mood.
There is such a feeling of gratitude among parents and teachers and administration because we've all been through this together, and I feel like we'll just be stronger coming out of this.
The enrollment numbers are phenomenal. I think because we were able to come through the COVID shutdown so successfully, it's going to lead to such success going forward. Again, it goes back to the leaders of the schools, the administrators, the teachers, and the support staff. Without their success and their hard work and their dedication to educating and loving our children, we wouldn't have such optimism and brightness that we have today.
I want to pause and thank all of you, our outstanding teachers, our extraordinary educational administrators, and our behind-the-scenes operational administrators.
There are not enough words in the dictionary, English or Hebrew, to convey how incredibly thankful I am to each and every one of our educators.
How have our ECLC teachers been creative during this pandemic? We quickly transitioned our school into a virtual platform, and as quickly as we did that, our teachers moved just as fast.
They put their own fears aside every single day to create enriching experiences that brought joy and laughter to the faces of our children.
I want to thank you deeply, not just for this past year, but for every year. For every mind you've opened, every heart you've touched.
To our teachers and educators, I can't thank you enough for everything that you've done. We are so grateful for the sacrifices that you made and for always putting our children first.
While many of us continue to work from home in the comfort of our homes, they are in person, welcoming our children, providing them with a loving, warm environment.
And I hope you know how much I respect you and how amazing you truly are for working through such a ridiculous time of life and for being you throughout it all.
Through your love of teaching, through your love of this community, you have opened your hearts to all of our children and to all of our families.
It is a remarkable feeling for your daughter to say, it was the best day of my life to be back at school. I just want the teachers to know how much it means to us as parents and how much it means to our children.
Having the structure has helped Sivan, knowing that she has certain things to do on certain days, and that's all because of the dedication that you have put into to this and the creativity that you've had.
The work we have done together this year has exceeded everyone's expectations. Mazel tov, kol kavod, much love.
I received an email from a parent of a young participant. We are not alone. We are part of a community that has embraced and enhanced our lives. How do we thank you, all of you, for this? You are life changers. Your kindness, your warmth, your caring, your creativity, your genius. You help us feel a part of something strong. We know we are not alone because of all of you. Thanks to every single one of you. Thank you for making our lives better. Thank you for helping us to feel warmth, kindness, joy, and peace. We are blessed because we have you in our lives.
It is an old tradition in our faith that God looks into the world every morning and sees the mess that we've made of this world. And God decides, enough, I'm going to destroy it all. And then God hears the sounds of children in school and hears the words of teachers, inspiring, engaging. And God says, for their sake, I let the world go on just this next day. And as long as you keep teaching, and as long as our children keep learning and laughing and growing, the world goes on. It is you who ensures our future.